So although Vanguard is using Modern Warfare's engine, there's still something that feels off about the gunplay. It doesn't feel as good as Modern Warfare 2019. And at first, I blamed myself. This is a new game, so of course it's going to be different. I just gotta get used to it. And then it's gonna feel as good or maybe better than Modern Warfare 2019. Well, guess what? I have gotten used to it and I still think that it sucks. And here's the problem. I cannot put my finger on why it doesn't feel as good as Modern Warfare. It just does. The same way that Cold War did when it released. But this is like 10 times harder to pinpoint what's wrong because it's basically a reskin of Modern Warfare. But at the same time, it doesn't feel as good as Modern Warfare. So the entire inspiration of this video came to me when this video was recommended to me. And it made me realize what is wrong with Vanguard and what was wrong with Cold War in terms of gunplay. Let's take a listen to what Exclusive Ace has to say.
That's the thing about Modern Warfare is they've paid so much attention to all the little details that you don't even necessarily consciously register, but when you put them all together, they really add up to a great looking and feeling experience, to the point where when you do go to a game like Cold War, which doesn't have that same sort of attention to detail, you notice this stuff right away, even if you can't consciously put your finger on what's different.
That's exactly how players felt when they went to play Cold War and when they went to play Vanguard. They felt the instant downgrade in the overall gunplay experience, but for the love of God, we cannot understand why. So the next video in my YouTube recommendation was this video, the interview with the animation director of Modern Warfare. In the interview, he perfectly summarized the areas that they paid attention to in order to create the awesome feeling of Modern Warfare. Let's take a listen.
Not only is the animation of the person that got hit with it awesome, and the effects and the sound and all that.
So these are the 4 things that made Modern Warfare's gunplay feel so good, which Treyarch and Sledgehammer just failed to pay attention to. So even if we can't consciously pinpoint what they screwed up exactly, we can instantly tell that they didn't do a good enough job in these 4 areas. And by the way, I don't know what he meant by the 4th point, but I think he was pointing at integrating these 3 elements together, making sure that the animations are in sync with the effects and sounds. He also explains the overall philosophy behind the design of Modern Warfare's gunplay, which explains why Modern Warfare's gunplay was so good.
Even though everyone in the world is not an animator, everyone is when it comes to human movement. Everyone sees humans moving around every day. Everyone knows when something's off because we see it every day.
So he says that every one of us is an animator because we have an experience in watching human motion in real life. That's why we have the ability to instantly tell that something's off right away. I want to add that we aren't only experts in animation, but we are also experts when it comes to sound, effects, and the integration of these 3 elements as well. Not in the sense that we can replace their jobs, but in the sense that we have the ability to instantly tell that something's off. We can tell that something's off about the animation. We can tell when something's off about the sound. We can tell when there's something off about the effects. And then he says that we are not wrong when we complain that there's something off, which to all of you who say that I'm complaining for nothing, listen to this guy who led the animation team in Modern Warfare.
When someone comes with a feedback like, hey, that looks a little off, you can't be like, screw you. I do it my way. You need to take everybody's opinion, one to heart and to, just actually listen to the people that are talking to you because they're not wrong. Everyone has that years of experience of watching human motion, so everyone knows.
In the beginning of the interview, this guy said that no one can touch these animations.
No one can touch these.
Which so far, it's so true. No one has been able to match Modern Warfare's level in terms of gunplay. And in my opinion, the only people who can do that are the people who made it. And before I end this video, I want to remind you that Infinity Ward was able to achieve this on last-gen consoles. I'm talking about the base PS4 and the base Xbox One, which came out in 2013. Cold War and Vanguard are on next-gen consoles, but it feels as if Modern Warfare is the game that should be on next-gen consoles. Like, if I were to just look at these games and rearrange the release date of each game, I would put Cold War in 2019, I would put Vanguard in 2020, and Modern Warfare would be in 2021. And to end this video, let's have a look at how it feels to kill using a pump action shotgun from each of these 3 games. And let me know in the comments what you think.
You're next. You're next. You're next. It's so good.